So my name is Anh Vu. I am the founder, artist, owner of Shantivánha, which means peace and light within Nirvana. I initially started the company I was gonna do a side gig for clothes, and one thing led to another, and now I make jewelry for a living. Um, I came up with the concept first, so I got out of a really bad situation, an abusive relationship. And upon getting out of that, I was in 6 months of hell. Literally, I was an addict. I was drinking every day. I was snorting straight up freaking ephedrine. It sounds freaking crazy, but I literally was high out of my mind every single day, trying to essentially survive in the situation that I was in. And when I got out of that, I left in the middle of the night from that situation. I drove to Arizona for work. I packed my whole car in the middle of the night. And when I was out there, I did the thing. I worked, and then I drove straight to my dad's house. And from my dad's house, I lived there for a week. I ended up getting my own apartment in Aliso Viejo. And after that, I kind of put myself through my own little rehab thing by going back into my art and doing the things that I love again, like going to the gym, seeing friends again, building up my work life again. I don't have an addictive personality, thank God. So I was able to kind of bounce back from that really quickly, but I went back to my art. And I went to Michael's. I bought a shit ton of art stuff because I used to be an AP art geek. I did a lot of murals, paintings and stuff. So I bought the canvases, the paint, and then I wandered down the bead aisle and I was like, oh shit, during COVID, I went through my spiritual awakening and I started diving into crystals and meditation and all that stuff. So I picked up some crystals because I was like, shit, I can make some jewelry, that's art. And I didn't do anything with it. I blame my ADHD. I didn't touch the beads until February, March of 2021. And I was working for a supplement company at the time. And I was supposed to do a demo for a posing seminar. And at the seminar, I was all set up, but I had made a couple bracelets for my friends, Boyana and Samara. And I already had the business cards for Shantivánha made because I was journaling on psilocybin actually. Now, I know it's so crazy and I just talked about, coming out of putting myself it through rehab and my own rehab and getting out of being a druggie and an addict and shit like that. But I had a friend who came up to me and was like, you should try psilocybin because it actually has been proven to help with PTSD and abuse and trauma and stuff. So I dove into my own research and I was like, okay, I'm in it for the healing. Let's go ahead and go the plant medicine route. Let's see what can come about this. I took a heroic dose of 4 grams for my size. That was a lot, but I ended up journaling the entire night and I was doing a lot of introspection. It was Christmas Eve of 2021 when I did that. And I ended up journaling and writing and somehow Shantivánha came about. Shanti means peace in Sanskrit. And the core of the word is nirvana, and my name Anh in Vietnamese means light. So I combined all of those elements. But I had made cards for it. I was supposed to do a side gig for clothes because I wanted to do my own fitness clothing line. And it ended up being bracelets because my friends introduced it as my bracelet company. So I was like, well, shit, okay, let's run with it. So I went to my car. I did a tarot reading. It told me that I was going to be very affluent in it and it's going to go really well. So I was like, well, okay. So I hired a videographer the next day. I made the Instagram for it that same day. And then I just went for it. I pulled an all-nighter that Sunday, did the first collection, and then I launched on Easter Sunday of 2021. And it went really freaking well. So I trusted that I was onto something. And months after that, I was slinging bracelets while doing my full-time job. And I came back from vacation in Florida and I found out that my uncle was burned alive like 10 minutes away from where my dad lives. And that was rough because I've never had anything like that happen before. And like the death was like really close to my family, and it was close to my like dad too. So I was like, well, fuck, like that's so scary. But all of that happened. And like while I was at the like funeral, my job kept, like bugging me for like work, like things. And like something inside of me told me that like I was meant for something else. Like that was when what I was doing wasn't aligning anymore, because like I started aligning myself with Shantivánha and the whole mission to, like find the others, which is actually a Timothy Leary quote about like striking up a conversation with someone in the elevator. If like, you both are thinking the same things, what if it's like a missed opportunity? You can learn a lot from people. So the whole mission, my whole MO is to find the others, and that's where that came about. I ended up quitting my 9 to 5 on a whim. To be honest, I wasn't ready to quit my 9 to 5 because like I should have like planned before, but everything happens for a reason. God always has a plan. And I ended up like building the business like from there. Now it's been like a lot of like ups and downs. I've done a lot of like learning and growing, and I feel like I'm finally at the chapter in my life where I know how to carry myself and my business and my team, and like now it's only up from here. So that's the origin story of Shantivánha.